right, everybody, this is it. Finally, Awesome Comics, Episode 1. We're going to be talking about Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Okay, so I want to explain what Awesome Comics is really quick. This is your one-stop shop for everything comic book entertainment. So we're going to be talking about the books, but we're also going to be talking about movies, TV shows, anything else that comes out that's comic book related. We're going to be able to cover that on the show. So we're going to go into Batman v Superman in a second, but first I want to introduce our guest today. Might as well go with the guy to my left over here. You know him as the Nostalgia Critic, that guy with the glasses, the Bum, Chester A. Bum.
That's not a character, that's just my side job.
Right, exactly. This is Mr. Doug Walker. How's it going, Doug?
Very good, and it's versus. Don't say V, it's versus. It's one more syllable.
You know, it's a court case, basically. Okay, so going over to his left.
We have Miss Heather Roos.
How's it going?
Hey, good. How's it going?
You excited for talk about Batman v Superman?
I am.
You got the shirt.
I have some opinions. I do. Isn't it great? I got it at a advanced screening on Wednesday, and I thought, how perfect.
On Wednesday, you saw it before any of us did. Okay.
I did.
I hate you now. or do I? She saw it earlier, then later I could put this off, maybe the better.
Going to my right, this is Miss Ayanna Wade.
Hi.
May recognize Ayanna from our C2E2 coverage, and everybody at this table, actually. And, of course, my pal to the right of Ayanna, Mr. Brian Porter.
What's up?
That's an interesting shirt you got there, Porter.
Yeah,
Very DC.
well, you know, I wanted to make a statement.
Well, we're going to get to the statements in a moment here. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here is talking about Batman v Superman. We're going to go into no spoilers first, just overall impressions and everything, and I will give you a warning before we go into spoilers in case you haven't seen the movie yet, and then we're going to dig deep into the movie that we just saw. So, okay, so BVS. The best little review quote that I've seen so far is this. Let me read it to you. BVS, a ponderous, smothering, over-pixelated Zeppelin crash of a movie, scored by a choir that sounds like it's being drowned in lava. The best one that I've seen.
I saw that too online. I thought that was perfect.
Yeah, so
Adequate representation.
what do you guys think overall, no spoilers,
Did you
Batman
write
v
that?
Superman?
You wrote that.
I
know.
didn't write
You
that.
also wrote Yawn of Justice, too, didn't
Yawn
you?
of
Yeah.
Yawn of Justice. That was all me.
Yeah,
I have no idea what he's talking
Porter,
about.
since you're, let me hear. What do you think of BVS?
It was awful. It was awful. It was a really bad movie.
This doesn't tie into your statement by a chance, does it?
Oh, this is completely unrelated. I didn't like it really at all. There was only a couple of things that I thought were okay or worked, not necessarily good or shining things in the movie. It was just like, that doesn't suck.
I think it's getting too
Alright.
harsh a review.
Okay.
I'm not saying
hear
that
from you guys.
I would necessarily see it again, but I don't think I will. But I liked it. I would see it again to like kind of understand why it's getting such a bad rap. I also wasn't expecting much from it when I went to see it because I saw that it was getting such bad.
I don't think
just
anybody
being ripped
was.
to-
Just
Right.
putting that out there.
The expectations bar was set low.
People over 13 were not looking
Right.
forward to it after the reviews.
Right.
It was not as bad as it's getting, though. I don't think it was.
I tend to agree. I think that it's not a good movie. I don't think it's good, but I went in after seeing the reviews, right, really lowering the bar. I didn't like Man of Steel. I think there's like maybe 2 good scenes in Man of Steel that I liked, and the rest is a bore to me. So I was lowering the bar. I said, okay, just give me something entertaining. I saw Jesse Eisenberg. I'm like, just be so awkward and weird that I can laugh at least. You know, just give me something kind of fun. And for me, a good, even though it makes no sense to me, like none of it makes any sense, a good half of the movie I found legitimately entertaining. Like, actually, like, this is kind of cool action. I like Batfleck. I thought he was actually a lot of fun, and the way it looked. I liked Wonder Woman, you know, and I liked some of the questions they were asking I thought were more interesting than Man of Steel. So for a good half of it, I found myself kind of getting sucked in, and even when they're redoing, like, the parents' origin in the opening, I'm like, oh, we're doing this again? Come on. But some of those shots with the pearls and some of the points of view and stuff, I'm like, this is new, and I like this.
Do you love when little Bruce was ascending?
when he said,
Jesus!
So all the bats come in, they're just replaying Batman Begins, all the bats fly around, and he starts flying up and go, huh? And then he says, and that's where the dream ends. I'm like, thank Jesus.
Right. I did the same thing. I was literally sitting in the theater like,
Oh, no.
But I'm kind of with you. A good half of it I really like. And though I don't know if I see the whole thing again, I wouldn't mind seeing it like maybe on DVD and sort of skipping around.
Right.
Something like that.
well, here's the problem I have with like the good parts though, is they were we knew what was coming every time.
Right.
The trailer gave away every single fight scene.
We'll
Yes.
get into that in the spoiler talk.
Yes.
Heather, I want to get your overall opinion, no spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you guys have said about how it was like 50% good. And if anything, that's what made it frustrating. Because you saw that it had potential to go somewhere and be good, and it just fell short. Like, I walked out of the theater and said it should have been called Dawn of Disappointment. Like, because you had those moments where you saw what it could have been. And I wanted it to be that the whole time. But those moments that were bad were really bad. But it wasn't Man of Steel bad.
We're going to go into spoilers now, so if you've been watching up until now and you haven't seen it yet, and if you don't want any
We
spoilers...
know you all saw it.
Right. But just in case, what did you guys think of Batman? What did you think of
I love
Batman?
Batfleck. I got Batfleck.
I
I'm
enjoyed
happy
the
with
Batfleck.
Batfleck.
Yep.
He was all right.
That seems
Better
to be
than I expected.
universally the most positive thing about the movie is Ben Affleck's performance as Batman.
And that is the one, it's the first time ever, I think, Keaton did his own Batman, and I think it really worked. Kevin Conroy, I thought, was very much the comic Batman, but sort of a cartoon Bruce Wayne, which I thought was fine. This felt like a comic Batman and a comic Bruce Wayne. And to me, it's like, after Keaton, after Conroy, it's Affleck now.
Yeah, he just mows people down. He shoots people from the bat plane and kills.
Yeah.
He straight up stabs a dude.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Batman totally crossing the line, obliterating the line,
but even
and
when he-
stabbing and killing people?
Even when he doesn't like stab or shoot with a gun people, he brands them so that they can be
Right.
sent off to prison
Yeah.
so someone else can stab.
But it's
or
okay.
shoot.
He didn't
But he
brand Lex
didn't do
Luthor.
it.
How
No.
did, what? The
Yeah, it
guy
was
that
weird.
pretty much killed
Yeah.
Superman. Why does it
Gotta
Oh,
keep that
spoilers.
No, we're in the spoiler
spoiler
talk.
territory.
Sorry.
fine.
Zack Snyder did an interview, and he said that there was a supercut on YouTube about how many kills Batman did in the Nolans, and then even further back in like the Keaton era and all that stuff. And so he says, they did it kind of like not 100% killing them, and so he kind of did it like that by proxy. He said.
What?
He says it wasn't really murder. He thought of it more as manslaughter. And I'm like, it's
Totally different.
It's just
still
my gosh.
bad.
It was not my favorite thing that he was so edgy and dark and
Right.
like just mowing people down. And I understand they're going for like the Frank Miller, more edgy,
Yeah.
like dark Batman, but they didn't have that same kind of element of like seeing him snap, basically. Like, they made allusions to the fact that he's been doing this for a while, but I wanted
Right.
a little bit more build-up before, like, oh, hey, he's branding people now.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think everything, or the most interesting parts of this Batman have already happened. So, like, I want to see some kind of prequel movie or something. I hate prequels, by the way. But for this, because it's so freaking thin, I want to see how, Jason Todd or whoever Robin that was, like how he got killed by the Joker or whatever's going on with that. I want to see how Batman became this hard, because I think that's kind of what the catalyst is for him going crazy like he is in this movie.
I'll strongly disagree on all of that, honestly, because with Batman killing, we have seen it before. I was telling my brother about this, and we both agree that this Batman and the people he kills is just a little harsher than the Keaton Batman, because he's setting people on fire and throwing them off cliffs and stuff like that, and a hearsay that he's doing all this stuff. But with this one, I like that they don't go into too much detail, because there's a scene where you look at this bat suit they surprisingly kept of the Joker spray painting, haha, I got the last laugh. And even if you don't know what that is, you see him look at it, it's like you can guess something really bad happened. If you know the comics, you kind of know a little bit more. And to me, I like that you kind of just fill in the blanks and you fill in the gaps, and I think it's kind of better leaving that kind of ambiguous, like you don't know what happened, and just the worst case scenario is what you put in there. And by the end, I think they're indicating he does change. I mean, I think that's why he punches the wall instead of Luthor there.
I want to talk about Wonder Woman.
So do
Wonder
I.
Woman is kind of the wild card in this, the BVS thing. Doug, what did you think of Wonder Woman?
Really, the best partnership in this movie is not Batman and Superman, it's Batman and Wonder Woman. Anytime they were together and they're just sort of sitting there with their arms full of and then they're just sort of saying stuff while not looking at each other and stuff. I love those cliches. I thought it was really badass. And when she shows up finally at the end, doing the fight and stuff, they bring out the lasso, and the lasso
Yes.
works.
Yes.
It actually looks legitimately cool.
Yeah.
And anytime that music came out, the only time I got excited in this movie was whenever that Wonder Woman theme played, I'm like, yeah, go, go, go. And I'm like, I really want to see a Wonder Woman movie now.
Oh, yeah.
I am so excited for a
They
Wonder
set
Woman
up,
movie.
of everything they set up, Wonder Woman is, I'm all in. All
Yeah.
in.
Yes.
I could have done more Wonder Woman, personally, but I guess leave the audience wanting more. on
We
that.
barely got
Right.
Batman and Superman in this.
I loved her.
She was definitely my favorite part of the movie.
Okay.
I mean, every scene she stole, or like you were saying, the chemistry with her and Batman was awesome. So every scene she stole, I thought she was my favorite part of the movie. They set it up really well. She was by far the most competent of them as well. Like, I know that sounds terrible, but Batman and Superman kind of seemed incompetent. And then Wonder Woman shows up, she's like, I got this.
She didn't detract from the movie at all. She wasn't a detriment to the movie. She was fine. She did okay as Wonder Woman. I mean, personally, I didn't like her cast as Wonder Woman. I think there was plenty of other better choices out there just for the physicality and whatnot. But her performance as Wonder Woman, as Diana and Wonder Woman separate, were both okay. They were fine. But I don't think she had a point in the movie. Like, they could have taken out Wonder Woman entirely, and you would have lost nothing.
I think the picture that we saw, the World War I picture with Steve Trevor, was being played by Chris Pine. That got me probably the most excited out of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'm okay with it.
it's still weird to have it in World War I, but, you know, again, it's like, just seeing everything that they've done and shown, I'm like, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
I'll see where it goes.
Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, Mark Zuckerberg. Are they different people?
Someone else take this. I can't even do
I
it.
actually,
Heather.
unpopular opinion, I actually kind of thought it was fun.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Like, he
Okay.
was just batshit crazy and
was.
just like,
He was absolutely insane.
right. I mean,
crazy.
I thought it was fun. It wasn't like any deep character choice or anything, but, you know, made me laugh. I
He
enjoyed
made a
it. It was
choice.
fun. He made a
did
choice.
make a
Exactly.
choice. But I
committed
feel
to it.
like
Committed
at
to something.
some point, someone should have been like, "Oh, you guys, this isn't really fitting with the rest." It didn't have the like fun, crazy enough to like be that little bit of like, "Oh, cool, we get like a little like comedic relief." It wasn't enough comedic relief, but also didn't have like the depth to be like, "Oh, like." Cool, Luther. He's like a crazy person, man. What's
It was
he
almost
doing?
Joker-esque, but like, yeah,
But not,
they needed
not
more.
enough.
Yes, they
It
needed
needed
more,
to go
but-
one direction or the other, and I don't blame Jesse Eisenberg for that. I don't think that's
No,
his fault. I think he went 100%.
Yeah.
He went for it, and he chose to do something. Good for you. Didn't work.
Even though I agree he committed to it, and I'm sure
he
he
did.
tried his hardest, I never felt that this is a clear character here. I felt this was a performance trying to find an identity.
I thought he like ruined scenes personally, but
Spell's been wrong. Ding, 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 ding,
yeah,
ding.
that whole
And
thing.
he just kept on doing
So
it.
the word for people who don't think something's smart or whatever he said.
If blocking wise I get in your space, it means I'm a crazy person. I've gotten seen. I've gotten into your personal bubble.
Right.
Can we talk about the
Flash.
the Flash
Let's-
and all
let's
the?
talk about the tie-ins. from
Yeah, the
Dawn of
tie-ins.
Justice
Like,
members. So
okay.
we see in the surveillance footage, we see Aquaman, we see Flash, we see Cyborg.
Okay.
No tie-in whatsoever.
That's most of the scenes in this, though. They like throw
Yeah.
in some flash forwards, flashback, all this stuff. It felt like, okay, and now to interrupt your regular program.
It seemed like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an afterthought that was just pieced in. I mean, it was an interesting way to do it.
Heather, final thoughts.
I mean, it was not great. It was not awful. It was frustrating, as I said earlier. It was just a frustrating experience, especially as a DC fan. I wanted to see so much more. They tried to put so much in it that everything just got lost, muddled, and watered down. So I would still recommend people to see it. Like, I want people to support DC because I love DC.
Me too.
But it was not the greatest product they could have put forth, especially
Sure.
with the elements that they had of what it could have been.
Okay, Brian.
Zack Snyder is the Joel Schumacher of this decade, and
Wow.
he
He's more
should be
Michael Bay.
he should be fired and never allowed near a camera or a comic book ever again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Follow that up.
No. No, I think it's harshly judged. I think visually it's a really, really entertaining movie. You get some cool costumes in it, the Superman suit with the cool Kryptonian text that's embedded in there. Awesome. There's some cool like paintings through it that you get the visual, even in the background of like man versus God or like power play and stuff. I love visually the whole movie. It's a really cool looking. The Nightmare Batman, or whatever we're calling it, with the flash forward, the parademons. There's some cool visually things.
Okay. Doug.
Go see it.
I think any diehard DC fan that grew up with these stories, really holds these stories close, and loves Batman and Superman is probably not going to like this, or at least, at the very least, be very frustrated at the choices made. I don't think that's who it's made for, even though it should be. It's not who it's made for. I think it's made for kind of the Transformer audience, just people that want to see something loud and violent and cool and fights. And I think that's kind of the attitude I went in going, gonna watch it after Man of Steel. I think if you're going with that attitude, you'll at least like half of it.
If you didn't check out our C2E2 coverage, there are several videos up there, so go check that out. We covered the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo last week, and we're going to give you a little preview of all that right now, so take it away. We are here at C2E2. Yeah, that's right, the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Yes.
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 Yeah!
So let's go on into the con and get to it. All right, here with Austin St. John, the original Red Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, artist and writer of Batman.
Here with Karen Ashley, the second Yellow Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Hey, it's the Channel Austin booth. I didn't know you guys are going to be here.
Weird, right?
Hey, pal, what's your name?
Brian Porter.
Hi, I'm Ayana.
Heather.
Heather.
Are you interested in co-hosting a comic book talk show with me and my friend Porter here?
Sure, why not?
Sure.
Sure.
Right here.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
We are Groot. That's awesome. Comics.
I'm here with Batman today. So Batman, how old are you?
7. My 2 new best friends. This is Ellie. Hi, Ellie. Hi. And this is Mia. Hi.
Who is your favorite superhero?
Wonder Woman.
I'm here with my friend Joe, and he's dressed as Cubone.
Hey. Aren't you Jim J. Ross? Jim J. Ross? Jim J. Ross? No. Jim!
Would you like me to cut you in half?
No, sir. The last time I saw you, you were a little less clothing, more menacing. You really need to take care of this. You need to get a better brush or something.
That's going to do it for C2E2 2016. Until next time, let's split up. That was a lot of fun. I hope we go to a couple more cons soon because
Absolutely.
that was a lot of fun. Okay, so this is going to be Porter's pick of the week this week. Go ahead and take it away, Mr. Porter.
All right, we've got Batman versus Superman, the greatest battles. Now, if you want to see something that actually doesn't let you down, is really amazing. You pick this book up. It's got I think 7 stories in it. 3 of them are iconic Batman versus Superman stories. You've got Batman Hush. You've got The Dark Knight Returns, which is amazing, and you've got the new one by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, which I just interviewed. If you haven't seen that yet, go watch the interview. Called Endgame, which is an amazing story with Superman fighting Batman, all Joker-fied. It's pretty crazy. So pick it up. It's amazing. This won't let you down, unlike everything else with that title.
Right.
So,
Even the animated movie?
well, just the movie, just this movie.
In case you guys didn't see this, these are the Batman and Superman cereal. I mean, it was
I got
so good.
Superman.
This one's actually pretty good. I don't know which one it
I
is.
got
Oh,
Batman.
it's
You
the
are
Superman.
all insane. This is all
It's
awful.
awful.
This is
It's
good.
so good.
This is
like
good.
If,
I
if
like
you
this one.
combine
I already
all
ate
the
half
Count
of it.
Chocula, Frankenberry, Blueberry, and I have done that. This is what it tastes
what it
like,
is.
What it is.
and it's wretched.
It's an abomination.
Oh, it's so good.
It's your doomsday.
This is your doomsday.
I beat you to it. I beat you to it.
Okay. Well,
After that incredible endorsement.
so, yeah, they're terrible. Don't get them. So until next week we're going to be reviewing Daredevil Season 2, the Netflix series. So make sure you come back for that. that's something that we all agree is pretty good.
Oh
So
yeah,
check
absolutely.
that out next time.
Absolutely.
Okay, so for all you guys, Mr. Brian Porter, Anna Wade,
Heather Roos.
Doug Walker, I'm Walter Benasiak. Until next time, we'll see you on the next page.
Don't make me eat it.
Eat it, Doug!